Hello guys, we got two things to discuss today. Microstrategy might sell as much as $2.2 billion worth of Bitcoin. But don't worry, they're not selling it all at once, but they have obligations due by 2025. Will that hurt the bull run in 2025 once they start selling? Probably not, and they may not sell it all because their investments in Bitcoin have actually enticed other companies to buy their stocks. But they've actually filed on May 1st saying that they have about $2.4 billion in obligations that the other company operations cannot meet. For those of you that don't know, you're like, what the hell does MicroStrategy actually do besides buy Bitcoin? They actually make software, but those softwares are not going to be able to actually cover their actual responsibilities and bond maturations for MicroStrategy. So they might have to sell $2.2 or $2.4 billion worth of Bitcoin to make up that shortfall. $2.4 billion worth of Bitcoin, really not an amount that I'm like super afraid of. MT Gox is going to be much bigger. And MicroStrategy is not going to dump all at once. They're smarter than that. They're going to sell over time. So despite them selling like billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, I don't think it's actually going to impact price that much. But that might be a devastating headline that you see, that the Bitcoin banner boy, MicroStrategy, is selling so much Bitcoin. They've actually sold some since December to pay off some of their costs. Even MicroStrategy has costs. They have bills coming due and they need to sell Bitcoin, but it won't be such a big deal. The second thing is the XRP case might finally be over again, but probably not. They are meeting discreetly with the SEC on May 5th, I think. And people have speculations up like always when they do these kind of meetings. Usually not much comes out of them, but we are getting close to a date where Judge Torres might actually render a decision and the SEC just might want to settle if they know that the judgment is going to come out against them. Now, I don't think they are going to be willing to settle if they have to give clarity or if they actually have to say XRP is not a security. I think like they would say that XRP is not a security on the secondary market, which would basically make all the other coins on the secondary market not securities. And I'd be perfectly happy with that. But I don't actually think they would say that XRP on the primary market is not a security or willing to be settled for that. No party actually knows what Judge Torres is actually going to do. So there's still that in play. And I do think either party will appeal no matter what the judge actually does if they don't settle beforehand. But there is a possibility that they find some common ground. But as Brad Garlinghouse has said, Ripple is not going to see a common ground unless they get clarity, unless it's declared not a security. And the SEC, I don't think, is willing to declare it not a security, because if it does, it will be used as a precedent for every other lawsuit that's going to be there. And they can't really seal or hide this lawsuit from the public because everyone's going to know what the result is. If the SEC sues in Ripple's favor, people will know about it, and they know that the SEC will have essentially lost this lawsuit. Even though they don't exactly know what happens on the settlement, it doesn't really matter because they know that the SEC is completely beatable now. And they can bring up the same arguments that Ripple and Coinbase have done in the past. And the SEC will be completely helpless to stop them in those other lawsuits. So I don't really think a settlement's coming, but we can kind of hope still. I do think the lawsuit has to be resolved by September, or at least Judge Torres has to give some kind of judgment or pass it on to a trial jury. So there's speculation again. Maybe XRP is going to rise again due to the speculation, but it's already risen a couple of times due to speculation, especially at the end of March, in April. Nothing actually happened. So I'm guessing nothing's actually going to happen. Both parties are going to go into a discrete meeting. They're not going to agree on anything, and we're going to come out and wait for a judgment sometime before September. Hopefully, that's not the case, and they actually resolve it in a favorable way to Ripple and the rest of the crypto market. But I just don't really think that's what's going to happen. So there you have it. MicroStrategy might be selling $2.4 billion worth of Bitcoin, and the XRP suit has a small chance of coming to an end soon. I personally still think it's going to go to trial, but that's just my opinion. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.